morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims. You're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is May 26, 2020. And this morning, I want to talk to y'all about the good times. Good times. Good times. Not getting hustle. Not getting hustle. Okay, let me stop. I did not mean to go in like that, but hey, so I want to talk to you guys about the good times. Let's start off with this Bible verse right here. It's Dueteronomy 6 and 12. It says, "Then be beware, lest thou forget the Lord which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage." Friends. How many of us can literally say that we can be just like this and forget God in the good times? I guess I'll keep it real. I mean, I would say that it's easy to do this, of course, when things are down and when you're down and out and things are bad, you turning every which way, and then you might find your way eventually ending up to God and being like, "Oh, Lord, help me." But friends, I want to challenge us today to remember God in the good times as well. I mean, that's basically what I want to share with you all. I mean, maybe during this season of Corona and things like that, maybe someone's down and out, so in this time, we may be seeking God, maybe our ears are open to Him and what He wants to do with us, everything like that. But then what are we going to do when things turn around? Are we going to go back to normal, quote unquote? Are we going to go back to our old routines of, forgetting God and, not acknowledging His presence and just basically feeling like we have everything covered by ourselves? I guess I saw something recently that I'll share because obviously this person was bold enough to say it. It kind of reminds me of the governor up in New York. When I first came across him, like I really did. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't really pay attention to the news like that, everything like that. But I do see things on social media every now and then. And so, I would say my first introduction to this gentleman, I mean, clearly he's probably been governor or whatever for a little while up there, but, I guess I wasn't really aware of him or anything like that until I saw like an interview where it was like him and his brother. I guess the brother was the news anchor that day, and he was asking his brother, who's the governor of New York, some questions, and then they kind of was like going back and forth in this little spat, and it was kind of interesting. It was kind of funny, ain't gonna lie, to see them go back and forth in a way where it's like they were live, but then they were also going back and forth like in a personal way. So it was interesting and funny to see. But what was not as interesting and funny to see was, I want to say maybe a few months later, and then this whole Corona thing hit and everything like that, and I guess, long story short, they was able to bring some of the numbers down or something like that in New York, and he literally says, "God didn't do this, we did this," type of thing. And like it is literally what he said, and I'm just sitting here like, for real? Like, wow, like how could you be so bold to sit here and shun what God has done like this? I mean, but keep it real, y'all. Let's keep it real. Like, do we do this in our lives? Do we get so bold to think that we don't need God? Especially in our good times, things are good, nobody's seeking God, nobody's, considering God or whatever like that. But hey, I'll just put it like this, friends. Ask yourself the question, do I remember God in the good times? Keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, I'm not acting like I'm perfect or anything like that. I'll just say that I try to keep in mind during the good times that, wow, you know, these are blessings. And I feel like the more I've done that, the more I've been blessed. I just put it like that. I mean, to actively thank God for the blessings and to actively be like, no, God, this has nothing to do with me. This was all you. Because to me, it's like I see it more these days. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying in these Corona days. Like last year, like when I look at my last year, I know I talk about it a lot, but I can't like sugarcoat it, I guess. You know, last year was tough for me. And we made it through, and it's like, there's no other way to explain it, because there's no other way that makes sense why we were able to do the things that we did last year, financially at all. It doesn't make sense. You know, you can do the numbers, you know what I'm saying? You know, and everything like that, but somehow we was able to do everything we needed to do. God blessed, even in spite of, even though it didn't look or at all the way I thought it would. And then it felt like a loss. It really did. But then even when I look at the situation now, knowing that a lot has been established for me to be blessed even now because of last year, it's like I have to remember God in the good times, you know? But that's me, friends. You know, I'm trying my best to do that, but here are some ways that we can be intentional about remembering God in the good times. All right. So one, friends, again, that daily thing, designates a specific time every day to spend time, undistracted time with God. I can't tell you guys how waking up and doing this whole thing in the mornings has blessed me. Like like I said, I can't lie and say that when my alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m., I'm not like, oh God, like, you know what I mean? I can't lie and say that doesn't happen. Cause it does every now and then. But by the time I get up and get in here and start my routine, you know, and take that time and do my prayer, and then by the time I start recording for you all, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm refreshed, and you know, I go about the rest of my day. It's normal, I guess, but yeah, it's been a blessing to me, and I don't know how else to, you know, tell you guys. Yeah, taking out that time, designate some undistracted time with God, get into the Word, whatever, you know. Another thing you can do, friends, to be intentional is to post notes and reminders anywhere that you commonly look. So, you know, in the bathroom mirror, or maybe setting an alarm in the morning that is a note telling you this or that, you know. Just throwing out ideas, friends, to help you be intentional with this whole idea of, you know, remembering God in the good times. Again, you know, praying. We say you should pray at all times as well, but hey, try praying while you're driving, or while you're walking, or exercising, things like that. And then also, set aside time to pray as a family. Now, I feel like this is something that, you know, I can personally work on as well. You know, I feel like, right now, me, my husband, and then, you know, my son, he's one. But I guess I've spent a lot of individual time when it comes to, you know, this. But, you know, yeah, you know, trying to set some time as a family and everything like that. You know, I just want to encourage you guys that, you know, you can do this. You know, this is something that we all can do. You know, try our best to remember God in the good times. Like, yeah, it's easy to remember Him when things are bad, but let's actively pursue the idea of remembering Him in the good. Now, and again, I mean, this could be a clear example. Like right now, we're all down and out, right? Quote unquote. I don't know, because I've been blessed, I ain't gonna lie. I've been blessed around here. But, this may be a down season for a lot of us. And so, but when things turn around, friends, let's actively seek God the way we've been seeking Him now. So, here we are, the Bible verse of today. It is Psalms 119:2. It says, "Blessed are they that keep His testimonies and that seek Him with their whole heart." Well, friends, I hope that you guys enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I hope you all go forth and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I look forward to talking to you. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.